I'm Dani Gasparini, and welcome to this segment of Penn Voice. I am joined today by Andreas, who is the Dean and Athletic Director for College of San Mateo. But today is going to talk to us about the partnership between CSM and the Wounded Warrior Amputee football game. Thanks, Andreas, for joining us.
It's great to be here.
This is a great privilege to be bringing this football game to CSM, the city of San Mateo, and you have other partners that you're going to talk about as well.
Right.
But tell us a little bit about how this came about.
Well, you know, last year after the Super Bowl in Arizona, the organizer of this event, a gentleman by the name of Chris Visser, immediately flew out, and he starts scouting the next venue for this.
Because we're the host.
Correct.
Santa Clara is the host of
the Bay Area. Yeah. And so I think in talking to him, his first stop was at Sarah High School because of Tom Brady, and didn't really work out there in terms of the venue, so they went right up the hill to College of San Mateo, and he basically said, this is where I want to have it. I don't know if you've ever been up to College Heights Stadium, but the view up there is to die for. It's a phenomenal facility. So once he got kind of the buy-in from us, from College of San Mateo, he went around and talked to the Chamber of Commerce and talked to the city. So really got a lot of partners together, and collectively we've all been working on this to make sure it comes to fruition. And we're very pleased to be part of it. So
tell us a little bit about the football game.
Yeah, so basically it's these wounded warriors, these heroes, are amputees. And about 5 years ago, I believe, the organizer put together this group of guys who really, they've done so much for this country, and so what he wanted to do was to put them on a stage and really pay homage to what they've done for us. And so he has connections in the NFL community. Got a group of NFL alumni to compete against them, and so they've been doing that. I think this is the 5th year, and the Wounded Warriors are 13-0 against them, and so it'll be a very exciting and really eye-opening event to see what these proud men who have lost limbs for us, for our freedom, to really go over and above and to be able to compete and to still bring forth that desire, that energy, that dedication that brought them into the military in the first place.
Well, and it certainly takes a lot of courage to for anyone to go up against former NFL players. But I'd love to hear that they are 13-0. But so let's talk a little bit about the Wounded Warriors themselves and the gentlemen, the amputees. Are they traveling as a tour group, or is it usually the same gentlemen that are traveling through all of these 13 games so far, or do they gather Wounded Warriors from each community? Tell us a little bit about that part of the organization.
Yeah, it's pretty much a group of guys that guys and women that travel around the country. They have a team. They're an organization, and so they compete.
And they're practicing and playing as a group that's been formed for quite some time.
Absolutely, yeah. And as more interest evolves, they bring in new members. So it's not an exclusive thing. We're only going to carry 25 members, you know. They want to invite as many as they can, but they do. They take this very seriously. They compete in basketball, and they'll do all different types of events, but it's very athletically oriented, and it really shows that because you've lost a limb or two, your life is over. It really shows that it's not, that these guys can really accomplish something else.
Well, and as athletic director, I mean, I think it's probably a really prideful moment for you as a lesson learned for all of your students to say that with courage and pride and aspirations and inspiration, you can do almost anything.
Absolutely.
And something as tough and rigorous as a football game can still be part of your life and desires and participate as well.
Well, as the organizer, Mr. Visser, says, we all have a bad day at the office. He shows a picture of this Humvee that ran over an IED and exploded. I mean, the thing is just scrap metal. And one of I'm getting chills down my spine just talking about this. One of the military servicemen didn't walk away from the vehicle. He lost some limbs, but he's one of the competitors. That's a bad day at the office.
Right.
That is a real bad day at the office. And so he's showing that fortitude, that life can go on, And we'll see that. We'll be firsthand witnesses to what these fine young gentlemen and women have gone through and what they're experiencing, and how they continue to persevere.
So I'm guessing it goes beyond a football game, that there's conversations and an opportunity for you to meet these wounded warriors and to sort of get to know who they are and their story.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. You know, our partnership here, we really want to focus on making this the second biggest event of the Super Bowl week, right? Other than the game itself, this should be the highlight because it really pays tribute to what our heroes have done. But for the most part, it's in the Super Bowl, we're passive observers. We sit back and we watch the game. We mingle with friends or whatever. This will allow people the opportunity to really get in firsthand and rub elbows with NFL alumni, some Hall of Famers, as well as our heroes, and get autographs. So the kids are going to bring balls, they're going to bring T-shirts, whatever they want. They can actually go down there and warm up with some of these guys. So it'll be a hands-on experience for our spectators. So they're not just going to be in the stands watching; they will be actually on the field participating until the game starts, of course. But then they're going to be right around the field, right there within
When we wanted to do this program, because we wanted our community to know that the City of San Mateo and the Chamber and the College of San Mateo is bringing this wonderful Wounded Warrior program to our community.
Right.
It can be relevant in any community. It usually follows a Super Bowl. We happen to be hosting the Super Bowl here in our community this year. The event is February 6th.
Correct.
How can people get access to tickets, participate? You said 4,000 to 6,000 people. How do I get there? Yeah,
on our website, there's information about it. The tickets can be bought at the gate, and they're pretty loose. The proceeds of this event go back directly into these organizations to help our veterans. So they can be bought at the gate, or they can be bought online. There's a link online as well on our website. Traffic is going to be a little bit of an issue, but we have San Mateo Police that's helping us out in terms of getting traffic moving. Correct. Our security force will be there as well. So we've got a lot of eyes and ears on this event to make it as seamless as possible for the spectators. We are going to also conduct this as an NFL event, even though it's not directly affiliated with the NFL. In that we want to make sure that everybody's secure and has a great time. So, the bags coming in, they need to be clear plastic. There'll be security checks and all that. Again, we're not concerned about potential threats, but we just want to make sure that everybody has a good time and enjoys the experience. Well, and because you're going to be doing conversations most likely pre and post game, let's hope that traffic flows at, not just all showing up at one time because at the start of the game, that people will be coming in and then leaving because people will want to be there before the game and after the game. Correct, yeah. For these wonderful conversations. I love the idea that the Wounded Warriors Amputee programs, football game program, saw CSM as an inviting and open place to be. Right. You have so much of this happening outside of just your normal athletic program at CSM. Tell us just this last few minutes that we have, a little bit about what's going on with the College of San Mateo athletic program. I'm very proud to be the athletic director at College of San Mateo for a number of reasons. But first and foremost, and the primary reason, is the coaches that I work with are fantastic. And they really focus on students first. So the student athlete is critical in the formula. Many of our students transfer, almost 80% of our student athletes transfer to four-year institutions. And I gather this data from them. They gather about $1.5 million in scholarship to go on to the next level. So it's not the ending point for them. Right. It's a starting point for them. And the academic success, the institutions, the four-year schools that are coming after us for our kids is phenomenal. Yeah. We had a kid that played in the national championship for Alabama, was the right tackle, Dominic Jackson. So the reason they're coming to us is because these kids have proven themselves academically and athletically. And that takes a village, not just our coaching staff, but the entire support staff at College of San Mateo and the other faculty in the discipline. Well, Andreas, we are out of time, so thank you so much for sharing your partnership with the Wounded Warrior Amputee football game. We look forward to it on February 6th. Congratulations for all that you're doing at CSM with your athletic program. And families, I hope you'll join me. What a great way to meet and thank our heroes that support us and protect us, and a great way for kids to see such great courage happening.
And we'll see you next time on Penn Voice.